All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Webinar Wednesday. And today we're going to talk about how to actually build your business brand and your personal brand simultaneously to create multiple streams of income. This is going to be an action packed webinar, very precise, but so pertinent to your success when it comes to your career as an entrepreneur. Okay. So during this session, of course, we're going to talk about not only the secrets to crafting a thriving entrepreneurial lifestyle, because entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. You're going to learn how to build your business and your personal brand in harmony so you can generate multiple streams of income. And what that looks like, I will share that with you during today's session. Now, my name is Christine and Tim. I'm a serial entrepreneur, a tech ecosystem builder. And over the course of the past 2 decades, I have built and generated millions of dollars through the multiple companies I've launched. And one thing that has been consistent throughout my entrepreneurial journey, building multiple initiatives, building multiple projects, building multiple companies, was having a strong personal brand that builds credibility, community, and really audiences that really supported my work and my growth over the past couple of years. And so if you want to learn more as to how to really do this fully by building your personal brand over time, join my personal brand accelerator program. Let's dive right in. Now, my content regarding how to help entrepreneurs succeed, I'm passionate about personal branding. If you look at all of my videos in the past couple of years, you'll see tons of content where I share strategies, insights, reasons why your personal brand is probably the most instrumental key to your success. Is so crucial. It's the currency of today. So you cannot sleep on building and really scaling your personal brand in today's digital space. And so prior to this conversation, I've had multiple conversations about not only how to build your business differently through my entrepreneur confessions, 10 things I would do differently. And then I shared, a 30-day launch plan for those of you who want to launch a business from scratch. Check out those links below to see more information about those series. But today it's all about, okay, you learned from the best, you started, you're in that lifestyle. What is the best method of building that business brand, but also building your personal brand so that way you leave room for an entrepreneurial career and not just an entrepreneurial business, one shop, and that's it, right? And so today I'm going to dive right into that content. I'm going to share with you the 5 steps to building a personal brand and a business brand. I will share with you my journey getting to this stage and some next steps of how to make you really take your personal brand and your business to the next level. Now, to kick off this conversation, I need to really be very clear about the reality that we're living in right now. And I joke a lot with people because I find that so many people are really being so stubborn about the reality that we live in today, right? And the real jux of it is that, we are no longer in a society where you could only just build an institutional brand and not yourself as well. We are in a society where you have to build both a career and a business brand, right? So we're no longer in that singular career brand lifestyle or singular identity where people only know you as that person that worked from 9 to 5 at X institution for how many years, and that was the only narrative surrounding your existence. That chapter, that reality, that lifestyle is gone. We now live pretty much in a dual society where it's just like, look, you have to build a personal brand, a digital brand, a representation of you that people can engage with, understand, build credibility. And one thing I say with entrepreneurs, I think it's very clear the fundamentals of building a business brand, right? But many people suffer learning how to build a personal brand simultaneously while building that business brand. And quite frankly, like I said it before, the world has shifted, right? And I understand that it's not an easy balance navigating between promoting your business and almost selfishly promoting yourself to the public, right? It's a really delicate balance. And to be honest with you, I'm sure many of you are aware, which is why a lot of people shy from it. When done wrong, you can create not only confusion, misinformation, or you can even just flat out offend your audience and get people really pissed off because it feels like self-promotion. But when you turn your personal brand into something valuable alongside with the value of your business, now people are invested in not only your products, not only your offerings, but also your journey. And that's the difference between someone building a personal brand selfishly just to self-promote versus building a personal brand with integrity, with credibility, with just traction that people trust and admire and want to really dedicate investment in time and energy towards, right? So when you do well, you're able to not only build yourself as an authority, but you're able to vibrate along multiple mediums. You're not limited to that one business that you want to launch. You're now able to vibrate across multiple businesses, multiple initiatives, multiple programs, multiple activities. And I'm not saying you got to do all the things, right? I'm not trying to keep you busy. But what I'm saying is, you, by building a strong personal brand, you are giving yourself career freedom in a sense, right? Because now people are building and trusting you, and the entities that you build along the way in your life, in your career, are mediums for them to engage with your value. Does that make sense? So someone like me, if you looked at my introduction in the beginning, I'm more than just the founder of, for example, the global startup ecosystem. People see me as a speaker, an influencer, a thought leader, a mother, a wife. I have so many titles to the existence that I created over the years. And so because I'm passionate about, for example, entrepreneurship, I have a company called the Global Startup Ecosystem. So all my passions and energy and value of entrepreneurship channels through that. I'm very passionate about travel and social conscious travel. So I've passionate my energies in my other company called Vendetti, right? I'm very passionate about women breaking into the tech field. So I channel my energy, my resources into the Her Future Project, right? I'm a very vocal Haitian American influencer. So I'm very passionate about building Haiti from the ground up through technology. So I'm the founder of Haiti Tech Summit, which is not a company, which is not just an event, it's a movement. So you see that I'm able to navigate in my life through different mediums because my personal brand is one of boldness, sincerity, authority, right? That energy exudes in my energy, my swag, my persona. So when I launch something, when I build something, when I fail, when I succeed, people are invested into that entire journey, even when I hit rock bottom to as high far as it goes, right? So that's the goal of you building your personal. It takes time, but you got to build the foundation for that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So with that said, remember I originally said that, the reality is we are living in a dual world where you have to build both your personal brand and your business brand. You got to build two, right? We're in the era of dual personas, right? So to speak. So you got to be able to be very consciously aware of that building. And the reasons for that is that there are major societal shifts, cultural trends that are picking up on the changes to how we exist and how we connect with each other. Now, the internet economy, which is pretty much how we connect to the internet, is now the platform for us to engage literally globally with audiences around the world. The information that is shared on the internet becomes now the information economy because we realize we can now monetize the information that we not only share, create, or distribute on the internet, right? So now we're able to create products out of that. And the influencer economy is really individuals like you and me who are now guiding and shifting people's social consciousness through the things that we say, the things that we do, and how we do it, and when we do it. That is the influencer economy. So these three major shifts is what's creating this reality where we have to now not only build our institutional brands, right, but also our personal brands along that journey. So everyone must have a digital persona, and you can understand the requirement that I'm expressing to you because now if someone wants to deal with you or work with you, they're going to research you. They're going to look at your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your profiles. They're going to ask about you. They're going to research you, right? So you no longer can really be hidden from view. Your social media, your digital profile is people's first introduction to you. And by default, an introduction to all the businesses, all the activations that you will launch in your entire career. That is the world that we're living in. Back to the fact that we live in this reality of two dual personas, right? So with that said, I want to dive into 5 steps to personal and business brand building mastery. So you can understand the process to actually do that. And it's very simple, very hard to implement, but very simple strategies that I'm going to share with you today in the next 10 minutes, okay? First and foremost, the first step to personal branding mastery, especially as an entrepreneur, you have to accept your full-time role as a lifetime author. Okay, very, very important. You are the narrator of your story, so very, very important that you accept that. And I know a lot of people try to run for this, maybe when I'm ready, when I'm not ready. People will tell the narrate your story for you if you don't create the narrative and drive the narrative around you and your business. So you have to be the one to accept that you are the author of your life, and that you got to dictate that conversation and that story to others. So that's the first step. The second step is that, okay, once you accepted your role as the author of your life, you're the one telling the story to your peers, to your family, to your stakeholders, right? Now you have to plan your story. And this is what you see. You could tell the people who are on social media, they've got their narration unpacked. They know how to connect with audiences because they are walking in their truth. You see that they have a really good job of really showcasing their life career milestones and their business career stars. So when they graduate college, their marriage milestones, their family milestones, their birthdays, when they got their first job, their first business. Now keep in mind, the balance between how much you share versus how much you keep to yourself in intimate circles is up to you. I'm not saying you got to put your full life for display. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you still have to connect the dots somehow along the milestones of your life as you grow and develop as a person within your career, within your ecosystem. So there has to be a narration to that journey so people could follow, kind of like a secret. Because again, step one, you've accepted that you are the author and you are the manifestation of your life. So you have to tell that story so people could engage with that story and by default work with you along that journey that you are building in this life, right? Then the third step is you create a system for your content channels and cycles. This is something very, very clear where we now understand the default medium to engage and share that journey and share that story and share your progress as you build a company, as you build projects, as you build in your career is social media, which means you have multiple channels that you could build on, but there has to be one, what I call an anchor pillar channel, whatever you want to title it. But it's the number one medium that you use as the dominant form of your narration. So for me, it's LinkedIn. For someone else, it might be Instagram. For someone else, it might be Twitter. I redistribute to other platforms, but my pillar channel is LinkedIn. So you got to figure out what's the pillar go-to channel. If someone had to go find you on TV, again, you are the author of your life. You're telling your journey. You're saying those, information and updates so people could build with you and grow with you. What channel do they need to tune into to be able to watch and monitor and engage with your journey? What is the channel? So you pick the channel. Now, keep in mind, if you're popular enough, you're able to manage your journey across multiple channels, like being on CNN, Fox News, all at the same time, because you create a distribution method. But at the end of the day, there has to be one pillar anchor channel for people to tune in, again, to your life. Once you figure out the channel, then it becomes a cycle. What's the schedule? How do you want to engage with people? Do you want to engage with people daily, weekly, monthly? How I do it, I engage people socially on a daily. I engage with people weekly with my webinars where I'm teaching something. I engage with people monthly through my newsletter where I kind of give a summer roundup. And quarterly, I host events where people can engage with me in person. That's my cycle. That's my strategy. That's my way of connecting with my community, with my friends, with my network when it comes to my personal and my business brands, right? And my best format is video. I love engaging on video. Some people it's through writing, some people it's through text, right? I suggest that you try to get into video because video now is king. But the point is, that's my formula of success, leveraging webinars, hosting events, and really opening up the curtains behind the scene of my life and my journey. So these 3 steps are very, very crucial. So this is the foundation for personal brand mastery, where one, again, you accept your role full-time, by the way, as a lifetime author. You are the narrator of your story. Step 2, you plan your story. How are you living your journey? How are you telling that journey to the world? You plan it out. Okay, this month I'm doing this. Next week I'm doing this. Next quarter I'm doing this. This is going to be the year for XYZ theme, right? Step 3, create a system and a channel for you to express that journey. So I said, what is the channel that people are going to turn on the TV and tune in to your life journey? Pick that channel and make it your pillar and have the cycles and schedule of engaging people with that, right? So once you are really good, right, at going through this process, step 1, step 2, step 3, where you're accepting yourself as an author, you're planning your journey, you're creating a system for engaging with your community so people can know who you are, why you're on this earth, your purpose, and grow and build with you. You create that consistency, which is a delivery of value. right? And people start to build trust. People start to engage. People start to really connect with you on a deeper level. And people who are good at doing this is people who show up consistently, literally when expected, right? And that helps you get into step 4. This is where we now start to get to the point where now we are able to now monetize that personal brand and monetize faster the businesses that we have. When you have a strong personal brand, you're able to generate more capital, more revenue, more stakeholdership for your businesses and for your project, right? So now, once those core foundational methods, 1, 2, and 3 is done, now you can step into now packaging your journey and expertise into digital products, into deals, into partnerships, into engagements, right? Speaking engagements, all those lists of things where you see people are monetizing their personal brand. This is what happens in step 4, because now you have clarity and consistency and commitment to that authorship of who you are in this world and how you bring that to your universe, right? And again, how does that look like? How does that packaging look like? I have a full video on this where I talk about how to package your journey, experiences, and expertise. When you're packaging and monetizing your personal brand, it's not just you're creating a random digital product, for example. You're leveraging your experience and your journey, which creates a unique perspective. And that unique perspective, you're packaging it into secrets, strategies, tactics, tips, blueprints, roadmaps, pretty much a process for people to be able to replicate your success or replicate your outcomes, right? That's when you're able to package the value of your whole reality into something that people can digest and execute, And now you're building further thought leadership, further credibility, because now not only are you winning, right? You're growing and developing as a person, you're sharing that journey. People are now learning from that journey, and people are now leveraging your journey. That's the next step, right? And I talk about all of this through my personal brand accelerator program, where for a period of 4 weeks, I show you how to walk through the steps that it takes to really build your brand, scale your brand, and monetize your brand. Because this is a very important evolution that I believe every single person who's very serious about their career will have to undergo to really take themselves seriously and really take their career to the next level, right? So with that said, now we get into step 5, which is really all about repetition, legacy. What brand are you building over time where people can really look to you and know the growth, see the legacy, see what you're doing, where even when you're gone, people remember your name. That's step 5. This is where you get out of the rabbit hole just doing things for the sake of doing things. But now you're thinking beyond this business, beyond this initiative, beyond this daily routine. Now you're creating energies at the next level so people can remember you. And this is what people really live for, is purpose, right? All I walk you from step 1, 2, 3 to 4 in terms of personal brand and business mastery is the steps to take to build the foundation for you to now build your legacy and take your name, take your journey, take your work and your product and your value to the next level. Okay. And so with that said, I learned all of this really ad hoc over the past 20 years. My journey into entrepreneurship was not easy. It kind of started by accident, where I quit my corporate job, relocated to Dubai because I heard so many great things about this place. Launched my first startup, and within 2 years, my company not only scaled in customers, partners, stakeholders, but I made the Forbes list. I was featured in media outlets around the world. I was connected with top influencers. And sometimes I just can't believe some of the connections and experiences I had as someone who just started this business really off of a blog, right? And I'm not sure if you ever experienced that, where you start something and it just really takes a life of its own, and you don't realize, what did I do to deserve this? How did this happen? And what I realized is, like, when you're tapping into your purpose, when you're tapping into your truth, when you're doing things that really matter to you, I don't know why, but things start to align and you start to attract people to you, where people are invested in your journey, investing in your story, investing in your growth and development, right? And so as I was sharing organically that journey of entrepreneurship, I didn't realize I was building my personal brand by getting speaking engagements. Like, I share that thought leadership even beyond my social media posts, right? And my speaker career kicked off, and then more media mentions, and the spiral continued, where I literally was able to share not only my journey, but thought leadership, strategies, lessons, and really tidbits to help other people go through that. And what does that look like in reality? This is my lifestyle, building a personal brand and a business brand at the same time. Every single day, I not only build my business, but I think of, okay, what am I learning today that I can share with my community, right? So sometimes that might mean today I realized, look, how I program my schedule, how I organize myself, I actually do not organize meetings on Mondays and Fridays, right? So that way, those 2 days, I open and close based on my projects that I know is really pertinent to the communities that I serve, which makes me extremely accessible Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday. And because I built a system, Tuesdays is only, reach R&D. Wednesdays is only calls. This is actually how I do it, by the way. Thursdays is, video calls and sessions and teaching, right? I'm able to really function and scale, and I share that thought leadership through my webinars. And by default, I attract people to me. So that's my weekly schedule. So every day, I'm building this business for my team, but I'm also sharing how I'm doing that behind the scenes, at my table, on the go, in the car. How am I doing that with my kids? My kids are in the other room next door. They're in my home office. Today is they wanted to come visit me at the office. Should actually let them come in, right? But this is my reality. And some of you might think, how she balance being a mother, a wife, and an entrepreneur? I balance it. I seek help. I have my nannies with me. I have my mom help me. I have my, my aunties help me, right? And sharing the reality behind how I do this is something that really resonates with people, whoever is trying to replicate that. And I use basic tools. Granted, as you evolve, I use more and more tech tools over time, but all of this is really, really done with basic instrumental tools, right? And so with that said, I am very purposeful about building my personal brand as an entrepreneur, showcasing my journey through my posts, through my webinars, through my newsletter, through my videos, through my talks, right? I have multiple ways of engaging people throughout my journey, right? And as my business has kicked off, but especially as my personal brand kicks off, sorry for the background, I'm able to share so much along the way that people can capitalize on as well, right? So I have a website where people can, track me along the journey, follow, the roadmap and the experiences that I've done. And every time I launch a new company, every time I reach a new milestone in the companies that I've had for multiple years, people are able to see that growth and that development. And I maintain this cycle throughout my entire journey, right? Accepting my role as a full-time author and narrating my story and sharing that journey, the highs and the lows, right? I accepted my role as a full-time author. And then second, I always plan. I plan how I share these journeys with people. Of course, life is spontaneous. I flow, and people could tell when I flow, right? But also, I'm very committed to be consistent and showing up on time and on ready for my community, so people know when to get an update, when to hear from me, when to learn from me, right? And then I create a system for that, a medium, a channel, and I package that, right? I've monetized those experiences because at the end of the day, the more wealth I build individually for myself, the more I could spread and reinvest that capital into myself to grow and share that knowledge and expertise on an exponential level, right? And really get into a point where I have a system to really grow my audience, grow my community, and create a legacy for the future. All right. So hopefully that was very helpful for you. I told you that today was going to be a very pungent, succinct webinar, but I wanted to share that journey with you and hope that you found this session incredibly valuable as I share with you how to actually build your business brand and your personal brand simultaneously to create multiple streams of income. Now, if you really enjoyed this session, there's still so much more that I could teach you that I couldn't share within this short webinar session. So feel free to sign up on the link below for the Personal Brand Accelerator program. Find out how I can help you really build, scale, and monetize your personal brand and really transform how you leverage your career and your value, your knowledge, your expertise, and your experiences to really support and really inspire other people around you to do the same and grow themselves as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you being here for today's session. Of course, you can find out more information about the Personal Brand Accelerator program. Thank you and have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Christine and Tim.
Christine, Sofran, Nitin.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.